Okay, so we're going to go over the personal finance quiz review for this one. Okay, so we are going to do using the internet to find the percentage for Brian. Okay, so he makes $42,000 a year. Okay, so it's going to be 42,000 times 25% as a decimal. And then, it'd help if we did first his monthly income. We're going to divide it by 12 first to get his monthly income. So we divide it by 12. Okay, so I get 300.
Students at this time.
Okay, so on this one, so now we got that, his monthly rent, so which is so 3,000, 500, and then we're going to multiply that by 25%. Okay, to get 875. I have to move this, sorry. And then 30% of that. So we get 1,050. And I'm going to have to move this. It's not working. So give me a minute. I'm going to have to put these up. Okay, so we have that, and then we're going to do the next part where we have Nicole's. We have to figure out her move-in cost, so it's going to be 5% of the monthly rent, so 5% is a decimal, times the $915.25. So that's her monthly rent. Okay, and we get $45.76. And then app credit fee is $25, so we just put the 25. Security deposit is 1 month's rent, so the $915.25. First month's rent, $915.25. Okay, so that's for the first month's rent. So we're going to have to add all of those together. So $45.76 plus the 25. So we're going to add all of these together. Okay, and so we add all of those together. Okay, and so she needs $1,901.26 to move in. Okay, so everybody, that's her total for move-in cost. Okay. Okay, this one we have to figure out. So this is for the weekend. Okay, so the weekend, so it's going to be 7 hours for packing plus 5 hours of loading is equal to 945. Okay, and then the cost during the week is 3 hours of packing, 2 hours of loading. Okay, and that's going to be 395. The LCM, so we're going to count for it. So I look at the packing numbers. So the LCM is going to be 21. So remember, everybody, that is when we're counting by the number. And LCM for loading is going to be 10. Okay, so just know that I got both of those by counting. So I counted for 3, I went 3, 6, 9, 10, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 7 goes 7, 14, 21. So they share 21. For 5, it's 5, 10, 15, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So they both share 10. Hourly rate for packing. Now we have to go ahead and solve them. So I look at them and go, okay, which one am I going to multiply by? And I'm going to multiply top one by -2, and the bottom one by +5. And I go ahead and write that over here. So I'm multiplying both of those. So I'm going to get -14p plus -10L is equal to -2 times 945, which is -1,890. I do the same for the next one. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10. And then 5 times 395 is 1,975. And then I'm just going to add both of those equations together. So -14 plus 15 is going to be P. -10 plus 10L plus 10L is going to be 0. Okay, and then I'm going to -1,890 plus +1,975. So I get 85. Okay, so for packing, the hourly rate is 85. And now I got that one, and I'm going to substitute that back in to either equation, and I'm going to use the first one. So I'm going to go 3 times 85 plus 2 times L. And everybody, I'm doing this to solve for the loading rate. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and subtract 255 from each side. I get 140. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and divide by 2. And I get that the loading rate is 70. Okay, so the loading is $70 per hour. Okay, so that's how we went ahead and calculated that one. Okay, next one, we're going to have to go ahead and figure out what the, we're going to go ahead and do our painting problem. Okay, actually this one we're just doing carpet, not painting. Okay, so we just need the 14 by 9 because that's going to be our floor. Our floor is going to be 14 by 9. So the area for the floor, 14 times 9, is going to give us the 126. And then I go ahead and I figure out cost before installation. So the 126 times the cost, so the $3.25 per square foot. Okay, and that's going to give me the cost of the carpet. So $409.25. Okay, and then I'm going to add the installation, so it's $189 to install the carpet. So we have to add that cost in. They're not going to install it for free for us. So I get $598.50. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and figure out the sales tax. So sales tax, I'm just going to do, it's going to be $598.50 plus the sales tax rate. So the cost times the sales tax rate. So this is cost, and then cost times the percent is going to give us our total cost. Okay, so we multiply and add those two together, and I got $645.18. Okay, so that is going to be our cost for the carpet. Okay. Yay, now we get to do the painting problem. Okay, so the painting ones, everybody, remember you want to go ahead and draw a diagram for this. So I'm going to draw the diagram. So we draw a rectangle. And our slants. Okay, and it's going to be 16 by 13. Okay, and with a 9-foot high ceiling. Okay, so we're going to do the area of the two short walls. Okay, so the area of the short walls I'm going to do up here. So it's going to be 13 times 9 times 2 walls times 2 coats of paint. Okay, so everybody so just know that on that one. So 13 times 9 times 2 again, and we get 468. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the long walls. Okay, and it's going to be 16. So see, that's going to be 16 by 9 times 2 times 2. Okay, so 16 times 9 times 2 again, and I get 576. Okay, and then we have to do the area of the ceiling, which is going to be 16 times 13. Okay, so we get 208, and that's just one coat. And then to find the total area, we're just going to add all of those together. So I'm going to add 468 plus 576 plus 208. I add all of those together. Okay, and I get 1,252. Okay, and then how many whole gallons? It covers 240 feet. So notice we changed that to 240. So I just go ahead and take and divide that by 240. Remember, it says whole gallons. Okay. Okay, so we get, so it would definitely be 6 gallons that we would need. Okay. And then we're going to go, okay, so the cost including sales tax. So it's going to be $6 times 25. Okay, plus the cost, again, 6 times 25, times the sales tax, which is 8.5 as a decimal. So remember, we go to the left. Okay, and that's going to give us the total cost. Okay, so it's going to be $162.75. Okay, so that would be the total cost on that one. Okay, so this one we're being the BTUs. So remember, that's going to be BTUs is equal to while width times height times insulation times length times exposure over 60. So we're going to go ahead and use that on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do, so width is 15 times 10 times level of insulation is 4, so it's 10 times length, which is 16, and level exposure is 17 because it faces east. Okay, And we go ahead and put all that in. So 15 times 10 times 10. Divide all of that by 60. Okay, and I got 680. So it says round it to the nearest thousand, everybody. So I'm going to round it up to 7,000. Okay, so 7,000 is going to be my answer. Okay, this one we're doing the gazebo. It's a regular hexagon. Hexagon, everybody, is 6 sides. So 6 sides, everybody. Okay, so hexagon has 6 sides like this. Okay, and it says one side is 8 feet. Okay, so all the sides for a regular hexagon are 8. Okay, and the apothem is 4.5. Okay, so everybody remember the formula's area is equal to 1/2 apothem times the perimeter. Okay, the perimeter is going to be 6 times 8, because there's 6 sides, so the perimeter is 48. So I'm going to put in my formula 1/2 times 4.5 times my perimeter, which is 48. So I multiply that all together. And I get the area is 108. Okay, feet squared. How much is the cost going to be? So it's going to be 108 times 15. So I multiply those two together to get the total cost. Put in the floor in the gazebo, and it's going to be $1,620. Okay, this one, everybody. So we're going to use, says the scale. Okay, the length of the room is 24 feet. The scale they're giving us is 1/2 inch to 2 feet. Okay, so it's going to be 1/2, remember, is 0.5 over 2. So inches over feet equals, what's the length of the floor on the scale plan? Okay, so everybody in inches. So we're solving for x. So x inches over 24 feet. Okay, and then we're going to cross multiply and divide. So we're going to cross multiply these. So I'm going to multiply 0.5. So I get 2x. Half of 24 is 12. Okay, and then I'm going to have to divide it. So I'm going to rewrite it over here. So I get 2x is equal to 24. 12, divided by 2. And we get that x would be 6 inches. So that would be our answer for that one. Okay, this one. Manual setups up supports for a new deck. Okay, and he wants to make sure it's a perfect rectangle. So it's going to be a rectangle. And he was going to measure the diagonals. So I think of diagonals as we're going corner to corner. And so it's going to be 21 by 16. Okay, and they want us to find this. So it's the sum of the squares of the legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. Okay, so we're going to do 16 squared plus 21 squared is equal to c squared. Okay, so 16 squared is 256 plus 21 squared, which is 441. We add those two together. Okay, and I get 692. Okay, and then I'm going to take the square root of each side because I'm solving for c, not c squared. So I take the square root of that. Okay, and I'm going to get c is equal to 26.31. Okay, so basically that would be my answer for that one. Okay, so this one, we have to figure out the differences in his property taxes. So remember, it's difference divided by the original. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So it's going to be this is what his property taxes were originally. This is what they've gone up to. Okay, so I'm just going to write it out. So I'm going to write it out as 4,893.40 minus 40,235 divided by the original, which is the 4,235, and then I'll end up multiplying all that by 100 to get the percent. So we go ahead and put that in. Okay, and I got round to two decimal places, so 15 and 55 hundredths percent. Okay, so that's what I would round it to. Okay, how many does he own? Okay, so if he owns 8%, so if he owns 8% of that, so we're just going to do 18,000 times 8% as a decimal. Okay, so we get 1,440. Okay, so that's how many shares Jesus owes. Okay, Marla owns a condominium. How much does she pay in property taxes? Okay, so this, everybody, is the annual one, so we don't need to divide by 12 on this one. So, because this is them all together, multiply that by 15%. So so the 1,776 times 15% is a decimal. So we get $266.40. Okay, last one, everybody. Okay, how much will her rent be in 8 years, everybody? So we're going to have to use this formula. So we're going to have to use the formula that we had in our notes. R is equal to A, the rent that she started with, 1 plus the percent as a decimal, and then the number of years minus 1. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use that. So it's going to be 850. It says it's going to increase. So we're going to do that as a decimal, so 0.055. Okay, and then it says in 8 years. She wants to know how much her rent is going to be in 8 years. So go ahead and put that in the calculator. Okay, and so I got for her rent, it's going to be $1,236.48. Remember, if it's 5 or up, we round it up. Okay, everybody, and that's the review.